Disappearing Man. The year is 1972. The place is London. John feels like he is disappearing. He walks, head down, out of the housing department building and descends the big stone grey steps into a busy street of bustling traffic. Cars, trucks and red buses are jam-packed together. They thunder past him. John is around 5 feet 8 inches in height. He's wearing a light blue shirt with a dark blue plain tie, a dark jacket and a lighter grey overcoat which is unbuttoned and blowing around in the wind. He looks at his best but downtrodden. He's 46 and still has his own hair, albeit it's a bit flat and dullish looking, and it has quite a bit of grey running through the mousy brown. John shows a stern expression. Perhaps he even looks a bit indignant as he walks along the pavement. Motorbikes, vans and black taxis whiz by him. He doesn't notice them. They don't notice him. He walks along the crowded street, trying to avoid bumping into other people. He mutters away to himself. Now and then he waves his hands about to emphasize the points he's making to his inner self. John is now sitting on a bench seat inside a London Underground carriage. The coach rattles away, swaying his body from side to side. John is a bit tense. Every now and then he leans forward and then sits back again. He seems to be experiencing some sort of inner turmoil. John is sitting on a bench seat in the dimly lit underground train carriage, his body swaying with the motion of the train. He sees his own perturbed face reflecting back at him from the window on the opposite side of the aisle. Then his own face begins to change into that of his wife. She has an expression of disapproval on her. In a nagging tone, his wife's reflection says to John, "People don't notice nobodies, you know. You've got to impress yourself on them," she says sternly. John suddenly snaps out of the dream he was in and becomes aware of the train and the others in the carriage. He slowly glances around in front of him. To his right sits a smart-looking man of about 35 who has slicked back black hair. The man is wearing a dark suit a white shirt and a tie with small checks on it. The man's head is nodding with the motion of the train. To his front right, there is a woman of about 25 who has long, straight, brown hair. She's wearing a thick white polo neck jumper and she has a medium blue wool coat on. There is a no smoking sign just above her head. Right next to her is a bearded man in his mid-50s who's got a dark casual jacket on. John is wondering if these people are more significant than he is, more striking or important than him, perhaps. Are they making a bigger impression? He asks himself. He quickly takes a look at a younger man standing near the carriage door to his right. This man seems to have self-confidence. He's got curly hair, which is longish but neat, and he's wearing a thick polo neck jumper under his dark coat. As John slowly turns his head away from the younger man, he sees his own dour face reflected in the carriage window again, sitting there with his dull overcoat on. John decides to stand up in the train carriage to avoid looking at his own furrowed-browed reflection. Now fully stretched, his hands are above his head as he hangs on to a strap either side and stands upright in the aisle, trying to keep his balance. He glances again at the young woman with long, light brown hair and the man with the beard. He's still uncomfortable, and so he walks forward out of the carriage and stands in between carriages next to the automatic door that swings open at a station. He looks down at a prim-looking woman with black hair nearby who has glasses on. She's in her 40s and is sitting in a twin seat reading a newspaper. John bends right over in front of the lady. She doesn't even look up. John looks uneasy. He was very close to her, but she just kept on reading as if he wasn't there. John goes to the other side of the aisle and peers over another lady's shoulder and tries to read her newspaper. There is no reaction from her.